Hey everyone. I'm going to do things a little bit different this time around. I'm going to do some like live actual work instead of showing you what I've worked on. And what you're seeing right now is some of the prototyping I had done for the Ogar's Basic Models, which is an asset I put out on the Unity store. And what I'm going to do is import my asset that I made because I made it for this game. I'm going to drop it in here. I'm going to get it going. And then let's see, like here is one of the characters that I was using before. We're going to sort of there's lots of things wrong with this character, and here's another one just for fun in case you haven't seen any of the other videos. Now these characters have lab coats. When I import the new version of these characters, they're not going to have that. That's something I'm going to put on later, which is kind of the whole point. But yeah, so I'm just basically going to be replacing the Maxi and Air NPCs, and I'm going to be removing the I'm going to be removing the prototypes. So yeah, let me show you how it all works. Let's go to Window, let's go to Package Manager, and my assets when it's done loading. And if I'm itching my nose or I'm snorting or something like that, I apologize. My air conditioning situation is really bad and it causes me to get allergies, and it's just something I gotta kind of live with until I figure out a more permanent solution. Anyways, right here, Ogar's Basic Models, I'm just gonna go ahead and import that. Okay, cool. I have got my package in, and it's going to be right here in Ogar. So let's do this. Let's go here and open this up. And let me just drag in one of these, put it right there. And you know what? Well, actually, let's pop this here into the characters container. And I'm not going to rename it yet. What I do want to do is turn this one on and just start sort of doing some color stuff. Now, again, there's stuff that this character has, like the hair and the sandals and stuff like that I can't do initially, but what I can do is pop these prefabs into Blender, do some editing, and then just export them back with the same name. And when I export those things back with the same name, it'll apply to any of my prefabs that I haven't unpackaged. So I just have to make sure not to unpackage this until I am 100% certain I am happy with the character. Anyways, let's come here and let me just go to, let me see. It's been a while since I've been in here, so I have to find my way around. It's funny how that works. I spend hours and hours and hours making something, and then a month or two later, and I forgot where everything is. All right, let's go. What I'm trying to do right now is find where I had all my colors. I either have it with characters. No, because that was prototyping work I think I was doing for the asset. So it's likely here in materials, but I think all these colors I had applied, I did it in Blender. But I could probably just come here and yeah, I could just get them all from here. So let's do that. Now this model was also sort of made with the same conceptualization of the asset models, but the asset models are just way more high quality. Vertex wise, just mesh wise in general. And the skeleton is also original. The Maxi and Air models that you have seen that I just showed you, those are using Mixamo skeletons because I originally intended to use Mixamo, but yeah, in this game, I'm going to do everything original. You may have seen the other game I'm working on, like for a fun project, Thorn Survivors. In that game, I'm using a pre-bought asset from the Blackthorn prod guys. And then I'm also using AI for things like icons and stuff. I don't really want to use AI, but since that project is sort of just a quick like learning experience, it's free, that kind of thing, I just pop out some AI. If the game gains traction and people actually want something bigger and better, then I can just replace those assets. But in this game, there will be no AI. Well, except for like enemy AI, but there will be no generative AI. There will be no pre-bought assets. There will be everything will be 100% original, as much as I can possibly make it. Anyways, let me stop rambling and let's get on with this. So I just want to drag and drop over some of these colors. Let me actually move this character over a bit. Let me move this one over a little bit more. And okay, so let's come here to body. And we're just going to do this. You know what? How about this instead? So I did have it in characters, but in depreciated. Okay, that makes sense. I don't really need this many material. Oh, yeah, I don't need this many materials. So let's do this. So that's in depreciated. Let's just make a new folder for Maxi. And in that folder, let's make a new material. And realistically, I probably should redo my tree structure, but that's a problem for another day. Let's do this. Let's say material, Maxi, skin. Yeah. And we're going to go to, it doesn't really matter. Let's just grab the, what did I have, elbows before? Whatever, head should be fine. I just want to copy this and come here and paste it. That way I don't have a million bajillion materials for everything. And okay, so let's put it to the neck. This is the only thing I don't like about the asset that I made is the dragging and dropping is great, but when there's so many segments, it becomes a bit tedious. Okay, so just got midriff, the I think the collar also, no collar. And I'll put some color on there later. And let's do the feet. Okay, cool. Now let's make another material. And let's do the gloves, I guess. Oops. Oh, you know what? I'm doing my naming convention wrong. Material gloves for the character Maxi. And also I've been working on a thing where I tag it. Maybe I should change my convention. Like the tag should be material, right? So like skin, what is it? Who is it for? And then tag it with material. Skin, Maxi, material. Or maybe who is it? It's Maxi. What is it for? And then what kind of thing is it? Skin, Maxi, skin, material. Let's go with that. If anybody's watching this, feel free to hate me in the comments about my naming conventions. I'm trying to figure out a thing for myself. I know probably if I was working with other people, it would drive them absolutely insane. Or maybe not. I don't really know. But my logic here is I find that a lot of times you can't actually see the file type. Like if it's SVG or PNG, I like to know just looking at it what's going to happen if I can't see that file type. So if I double click on an SVG thinking it's a PNG, well, all of a sudden Internet Explorer is going to open, and I don't want that. I want to be able to know in advance so I can right click it, open in Inkscape or whatever, and do that. So same thing applies here. Now I know I have the icon indicating that this is a material, but if I'm looking in the directories directly, I'm not necessarily going to see that. But I could shorten it to matte. Let's just keep it long. It's not that big a deal. So Maxi skin material. Oops, no. This is going to be the glove. Maxi glove material. And we're going to change this one to Maxi skin material. Okay, cool. So the gloves are pretty simple. Should I copy what's there? I know I wanted like a super dark green. I think that's what that is. So let's go find the gloves here. And let's copy that. Yeah. Glove material and paste that. And let's just drag this on over. Another thing that you can see here is I updated the mesh. Well, not only did the arms just look so much more natural, which could be a pro or con, because originally I wanted this to be very low poly, like I wanted it to feel like you were in an N64 game in VR, but I don't know, internally something forced me out of that. I guess I just wasn't happy with what I had. But I added wrists before. The wrist segmentation for color wasn't there, so now that's there. And fingers can have the skin. Also, fingernails is something I added. I think it's black by default. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it. You know what? No. I think she's gonna like color. She's got the orange tank top thing going on. So while we're at it, let's come here. Let's create a new material, and we're gonna call this Maxi top material. I don't know if. Oh, also by doing these tags, I can just search. I could sort of fuzzy find if I want to. I'm not gonna be doing any fuzzy finding on Windows, but when I do eventually make my switch over to Arch, I can just fuzzy find things by the tag. Anyways, top. Let's just go with top. I'm not going to overcomplicate it. And let's come here to probably chest. Yeah, let's copy this. Let's come here to the top, paste it. Bada bing, bada boom. Now we have the top. And I wanted to do the fingernails that same orange color, at least for now. Probably change that later. Hardly noticeable anyhow. And okay, now can't worry about the hair or the jacket or sandals yet. I'm gonna have to get to that later. One thing I do kind of like about the old model is the feet were a bit bigger. That like cartoony aspect of them, I think, is kind of nice. I made the feet a lot smaller here. That was kind of intentional because the idea is I want to put shoes on after. I don't always want these to be shoes. If I make these a color of a shoe, that's sort of a short-term solution. Anyways. All right, let's do some pants. So let's come here to create material. Let's say Maxi. Pants material. And let's come here to the legs and let's copy this blue color and plop it on here. And we're just going to go down, down, down until we get to the cuffs. And you know what? Let's do this. Let's make the skin go a little higher. And then we'll put the cuffs on. Let's create material. Let's say Maxi pants alt material, something to indicate that this is for the pants, but it's not the main color. I don't really like that alt. Maxi pants alt material, Maxi. Because I could say cuff material, but what if I want to use it in other places? Like, I already see the issue with how I named the top color, but then I'm using it for the fingernails. Two different things. Anyways, let's leave it like that. And this would probably be ankles. Ankles. Let's copy this. And let's go here. Oops, I didn't make a material. I made a folder. Yeah, delete that. Create material. Maxi. Material. And let's paste. And I don't know about the belt, but cuffs for sure. You know what? I don't think the belt is the way to go. In fact, I think I want to make it maybe like low rise pants. Is that what you call them? So let's add some skin to where the belt is and they'll be a little lower. Do I like that? No, I don't think I like that. Let's go back to having the pants higher. Yeah, I like that better. Now everything else is something I'll have to do later, but that's fine. For now, I need to copy all of the scripts and whatnot onto here. And let's actually start naming things. Let's just say this is depreciated. And let me change this name to the actual character. Okay. Okay, I need a dialogue manager. Let's add that in. Let's create empty dialogue manager. Oh, you know what I should do? Is just copy this into here. And does it already have its own text? Yeah, I do have its own text there already. Let's make sure it's directly from this one. Maxi intro dialogue. Oh, I have a the intro dialogue. Okay, so I use the scriptable object to well, I'm going to use scriptable objects to set up the dialogue scripts. So let's take a look at it real quick. So I just have an array of strings that will print out in a dialog box. I might change how I do this. I think I'll keep the scriptable object thing, but I don't know if it'll pop up in the video where it's talking. It'll probably be another video thing. All right, anyways. Okay, so I have the dialog manager. Everything looks good. I don't think any of these have any special scripts. The skin mesh renderer, skin mesh renderer, skin mesh renderer. Okay, so everything else is here. Let's copy this and add. Wait, what am I adding? Just a regular animator. Okay. Now, I just realized I'm gonna have a big problem. I have to redo all the poses that I made because those poses were made with an old skeleton. So that's gonna be annoying, but it is what it is. Controller. NPC. Let's take a look at the controller. Why do I just have these random things laying around? That's not like me to just leave things floating. I must have created these and not implemented them. Standing pose, typing pose. I'm going to have to come back and revisit my animation decisions. And if I come here, I'm using the depreciated one. Let's take a look at the depreciated one. It's minus those two things. Let's go in here. Why did I remake it? I don't remember. I don't remember why I remade it, but I did, and that's fine. In fact, actually, let me take this out for now, and I'll explore that another time. Really, what I just need to do is get everything else on here. Let's do the character state controller. I think I need to refactor this as well. Anyways, copy component. Character state controller. Let's paste component values. I don't need that, so let me get rid of it. Start substate 0. That's fine. And start state empty, which is what I want. All right, what else do I have on here? That's it. I just have those two things. So I guess really the next big thing would be to get the animator going. But before I do that, let me set up the other character since they share an animator. Let's hide old one. And this character. Oh, what have I done? Why is it not? Why is it like way offset? What did I do here? Let's turn this one on for a second. I know. What in the world? Something. Mamma mia. Why is it like this? What did I do? It's still offset. What about it is offset though? That's super weird. Everything is 000. Everything is correct. Oh, because the dialogue manager. All right, so let's undo a bunch of stuff here. Where are we? Go back in the house. Oh, duh. All right. this might be why. Yeah, okay, this is why. That's so weird. I guess it's showing me the whatever. Let's turn this on for a second. It pops up there, which is more or less what I want for now. It is a bit forward. Dialog manager though should be 000, and the text. And I think I have the text to look at the player though. I don't know if this is an issue worth dealing with right this second. I just wanted to make sure I could grab the character correctly. Tool settings, center. That's not the center though. When I grab this character, grabbing it from the bottom. What if I change this to pivot? Oops. Pivot. Center. Local. No. It has to do with the dialog manager being weird. This shouldn't be a problem though. I'm just being nitpicky. Let's turn this back off and just move the character over here for now. All right, and let's do the other character. Let's do air. Yeah, see, I can grab this character from the center. Oh, you know what? I didn't put a dialogue manager on this character. Maybe that's why. Let's see something. If I delete the dialogue manager and I click on it, yeah, now I can grab it from the center. So just the fact that that's there does this, which is really annoying. Why? I mean, I could just raise it to the middle, but that's super weird. Why is this like overriding where the center is? It actually should be there, which is what, maybe like 0.8, maybe 0.9. Nope. 0.85, 0.2. Oh, 0.85 maybe. It's pretty close. Also, the Z is off. I don't know, that's so weird that it's like that. Oh, that means the text is probably also going to be all wacky, huh? Yeah, text is way up there. I don't know. It's a problem for later. I gotta stay focused on task at hand. All right. So just like we did with Maxi, let's do the same thing. I am going to go to Ogar, basic models. Let's bring in another. Okay, and we're gonna do the same thing, but for this character. So let's come here to air and skin mesh render. And let's see where all this is hiding at. All right, cool. So, and we're gonna do the same thing. Let's come back to characters, create a folder. And let's create a material. Let's do, skin. I think that's the convention I decided on. And let's go to, it should all be the same. So let's copy this. Paste that in. She has, I think the collar goes up. Now the coat could cover everything. So I did the long sleeve red. Okay. So skin, let's go to the hands for this. And the finger's gonna have the same thing. Now fingernails. For now, let's just keep it that same skin color. Maybe white, but I can do that later. It's not a big deal. There's really no more skin. Now, see, she has 3D boots. Well, the other character had 3D shoes as well, but these are a little more prominent. This is sort of the intention in the long run. Okay, let's come back. Let's go here and create another, not a folder, create another material. Let's say air top material. Find it here. My brain turned off there for a second. What did I, oh, it's probably chest. Chest. Copy. And for the top, we're going to paste it. And just go through all the segments. Probably going to want to come flatten out these colors. They're a bit too shiny, but not a big deal. Okay. And then she's got a belt. So that's the material for air belt material and probably waist. That's what it is. Copy that. Oh, it might be the same as the shoes. Paste. Put that on there. You know what? Let's take a look at the feet. Oh, that's the actual feet, not the shoes. So it would be probably shoes. Can't tell if that's the same color, but you know what? I don't think I want to duplicate. I think I want to create a new material in case I decide to change the color, just in case later on, because I know I'm not going to keep these feet this color. Anyways, so also socks, create material for the, and I know they were here somewhere, socks. And then let's do the pants, create material, air pants material, and let's find, it shouldn't really matter, pants material, and paste that in. And let's go through the pants. And other than hair and shoes and stuff and the jacket, I think that's all there is to do as far as setting up the color scheme. So now I just need to put the thingies on. So let's rename this one. So appreciated. We'll change this one. All I have is an animator and a character state controller. So let's add in animator and character state controller. And let's copy the values, copy components, paste component values. And you know, I never did that for this one. Let's copy this, copy components, and paste component values. I'm also going to turn off these colliders. Those are there because Unity wanted them there. I will eventually put colliders, but for now, I don't want to be dealing with collision things. And the character state controller, let's copy that and paste it here. Take a look at it. I just have the one. All right, and turn this off. Now, I'm tempted to press play and just see what happens. I know I'm going to get errors because the animator is not going to work, but let's just take a peek, see what errors I get, see what's going on. Okay, so oh, they're moving funny because the animator is not working, but they went to their correct positions, so that's good. So from here, I need to set up the animation so they're not just doing this funny T-pose nonsense. And I also want to set up the face controller. Now that's something that needs a little bit of work because originally I didn't have any face animation in this project. And actually, let's move this character back over here. And the other character, this doesn't really matter, but just put her there for now. What do I want to tackle next is the question. Do I want to do animations? It's such a boring thing to do. I think the problem with the face controls is that then I have to also think about what the character is doing and saying. I guess I can like add blinking and stuff. So maybe I should come up with a face controller for each character. Or I could just come up with a face controller component. Each character will use that, or each NPC or whatever. And I can get blinking and eyebrows to start going, maybe. Let's do that. Let's actually delete these two. And I'm tempted to just delete this whole folder here. This is all old. I don't need it. I'm just going to do it and deal with the consequences of doing it. Yep, I don't need it. Oh, there was the consequences, was the colors. Ah! Oh, you gotta be kidding me. That's what I get for trying to be clean, huh? Um, oh, because I didn't, no, that shouldn't be a problem. I created new materials. I copied the colors, but let's see if this might be an easier fix than I think. Oh, maybe the problem was that the materials folder is here. Can I undo it? I don't think so, but I can go to my garbage. Of course, I can't do it that way. Just come here. Oh, recycle bin, not trash. And let's open a new tab. And I could probably just restore that folder. Let's restore it. It is restored. Okay, what I did here is I also deleted. Okay, I see what I did. All right, I just don't need that. I don't need the depreciated ones. I don't need anything else that's here because I have the new stuff. Okay, problem solved. And yeah. Lab code is not there anymore. Shut up. Okay, the next step, we're gonna do face stuff. So I want to reorganize everything, but let's just do it this way. Let's create a new mono behavior, and let's call it. You know what? Let me see something real quick. What does my NPC script have? Okay, what do I have here? I have a bunch of commented out stuff because this had a lot to do with the path manager. Oh my goodness. I don't do this. I don't need this. So, okay. Scripts, create mono behavior, NPC, we'll just call it face control. Calling it face controller might be a problem because I already have face controller, duh. Oh, why didn't they? I thought I updated it so that the prefabs had the face controllers on them. If I go to Ogre, I could have sworn I set it up so that they had the face controller. Oh, this is an old. I don't even have the newest version of my own asset. You know what? Let me just do this while I'm here. Let's add face controller. And then I can just take these two and apply. What? Oh, I'm glad I didn't apply all. I didn't want that extra stuff. I really just, oh my God, why am I doing things the hard way? That shit. Oh, it already went on there because I'm crazy. All right. Face controller. Initial face. Should I bother with initial face? I guess it can't really hurt to just have a happy face. Let's put a couple one shots in here. Like, oh, better yet, maybe I should make a group for the eyebrows. I know I have a group already, but let's do this. Let's just do easy peasy and let's put blink in there. And then now I just need something to tell that to happen. So in my, I don't have an animation, talking animations. Oh, actually, I could work on that. Animator state, substate. I have the animator. Usually I also have a script for animations for toggling that. So when I set the state, I turn all of the animation states to false. And then I set the new state to true. And substate is just an integer representing one of the animation states inside of that state. Randomized talk animation. I don't want to do this yet, though. First, I just want to get the eyes. I want to get my... I don't want to have animation. Okay, so what I'm going to do... I don't need any of this open. Let's close all that. What I'm going to do is create... Do I already have it? Animation scripts. Oh, I did have that. But I think I stopped using that because I don't have it here. So the animation scripts. Intro delay, dialogue manager. And this, I think, was telling the dialogue, like, when to trigger the dialogue and whatnot. I'm probably going to redo a lot of this. Maybe not. Maybe not. Let me open this up for real. Everything's okay. So this is definitely something I think I was planning on just removing. Let me close this. And close this. Now I do want to have an NPC script because I've learned that I could use that as like a grab for everything. So let me actually, okay, let me open this back up. And I can just leave that. I'm actually just going to deal with the consequences of deleting everything because I've learned that that works out so well. And what I want to do is take a look at what I need. So let's bring this up here. Actually, maybe I should go down. It doesn't matter. Face controller and character state controller are things that I need. So over here, I'm going to require components of face. What? Did I not call it a face controller? Am I going crazy here? What did I call my stuff? Character state controller and face controller. So, oh, you know what? Because it is OB and face controller. What's your problem? Syntax error expected. Oh, because the face controller. What's going on here? Do I really? I could just put using OPM. Okay, problem solved. Require component type of face controller. I'm gonna put this on top because I think it's more relevant. Type of character. No, not character controller. Character state controller. Okay, and then let's maybe I just call it state. Oops, why is that big? And base. And let's go private void awake, and we'll say state equals base. I put face. Face. Okay, so you know what? I don't need system.collections because I don't think I'll be doing any lists in here. But I want to, oh, these need to be public though. Or better yet, I will just do this public. And let's do that here. Okay, so now I have some public references and I can just use the NPC to grab all those references. So let's come here. And what's cool is this idea that I'm using of a reference, like a general reference cache, is something I learned from my side project, the Thorn Survivors, which is kind of why I've spent more time on it than I want to or should be, is because it's been such a great learning experience. Really learning about object pooling and learning how to deal with many instances of objects. Like in this game, everything is going to be set up pretty much before you play. There won't be anything really instantiated. But in the other games, so many new unknown things have to happen that I have to instantiate basically everything. It's funny, here in my scene or even in the game window, you see the game. In Thorn Survivors, you just see a black screen because I need to import everything from the other, I need to use information that doesn't exist yet when the game starts. Whereas here, everything will exist already. Anyways, where am I here? Okay, so now I've got a face controller. Let's add our NPC script here. And this is going to be our catch-all for getting access to the NPC and character state controller, face controller. Okay, now we need to actually tell the face controller thing. So let's make another script. I don't want to do it that way. Let's do it from here. Create mono behavior. Do I want to do a separate face? And no, let's just do. Should I call it NPC animation or maybe character animation? Yeah, because I can do player animation for the player. Let's say character animation. And then this is where I can go for doing all the animation stuff that I need. Why did you open that? Loading. Let's go here and let's add character animation component. And also let's come here and if you're wondering why I'm typing everything, it's for practice. I no longer have to look at my keyboard to type, which is great most of the time. this keyboard that I got that I love sounds really good, feels really good, but the key placement is just rough. Character animation. If you're wondering what that is, it is a low free air light or something. This guy, I can't really pull it out because it's got a short cable. Yeah, eventually I think I'll do a video about it. Maybe like after I've had it for a year or something. And I decide to upgrade to something bigger because I will. Anyways, all right, let's do that. And let's come here and oops. Character animation. Animation, public, character. So all those little mistakes, they're annoying, but it is great practice. Okay. And then same thing here. We'll say animation. No, I don't need all these spaces here. Let's actually open this now. And I probably should put a face animation. Nah, I'll keep it in here. This we're gonna say let's just say NPC. I just say NPC. I don't want caps though. Where's the caps? NPC, and then right, wake NPC equals get component. See, and then now I have access to all the other stuff that NPC has. I do have to do a couple extra dots, but I think it's worth it to just have a one spot. It is interesting though. In Thorn Survivors, this was useful because I needed scripts that were not components of the object itself to get a reference. But in this case, the objects, the other components that are needed are already on the object. So it makes me wonder if it's worth it for the same character. And in Thorn Survivors, everything was public because everything needed to be able to interact with everything else. Here, that's not really the case. Do I want to continue this way, or do I want to grab the component directly? The bright side about doing it this way is if I decide that I need another component, I don't have to go and rewrite it in. I'll already have the catch-all. But there is a tiny bit less optimization because I have to go through the catch-all to get to whatever I want to get to. I think I'm going to leave it just as practice anyhow, to see how it feels, see how it works, and next time I do a thing, I'll do it differently if I don't like it, or I do it the same if I like it. Anyways, okay, so we have the NPC, which has the face controller. Now I need to basically just use this, you know, let's just do this. Let's say private void start, and let's do NPC dot face dot, was it play group? No, I want to start loop, and then we're going to say npc dot face dot loops, and then now I could just put 0 here. Oh, because I'm doing this wrong. Loops. 0. That's a really quick way to do it. But ultimately, I'd want to use the dictionary, but I don't want the dictionary to create on start, but I don't really also want to go on a tangent of creating a proximity for the dictionary. Um, I guess. I mean, for now, that's fine. But if I get too deep into things, I'm gonna leave it like this for now. Just use indexing, but I'll change it later once I'm gonna have to come up with a NPC not an instantiator, but initializer maybe based on proximity because I don't want every NPC to start doing a bunch of math on start. I would like to lazy load that in when the character is close enough to them to be interacted with potentially, but not close enough to see them or to affect any visuals while they're loading. Anyways, for now, let's leave it like that. And really, that should be it. The characters that have this should be blinking. I'm still going to have the funky animations because that's a whole nother thing. And in fact, I'm not going to record too much longer on this video. Oh, there's no match for the eye materials. OBM material has no match in the skin mesh renderer. That's weird. OBM eyes to material and map eyes has no match in the skin mesh renderer. Let's go to the character and let's go to the skin mesh renderer. Oh, I never put a material in, but that's weird. Probably. Wait, what? That doesn't make sense. How is there no material in the skin mesh renderer when I can see it? If I go to my asset, let me come here. And if I go to body, or not body, face, it's here. Okay. But if I go here, oh, because I'm in the wrong spot. I want this skin mesh renderer, and they're there. So, I'm a dummy. I'm a big fat dummy. The face controller is right here. I forgot that I put it on the face. So we're going to come here. We're going to come back here. I don't. That's annoying. Type of face controller. I can do this. I can say equals get component and child, or is it children? I forget. Get component and children. There we go. Okay, so that shouldn't be a problem anymore so long as I don't have more than one face. Okay. And we're going to get rid of it from here. Hello. Did I break something? Face controller, remove that. Yeah, I know it depends on it, but that's annoying. I can't have a dependency for it while also having it on the child. That's fine. It's not going to be a problem ultimately. Okay, save that. Okay, actually, let's copy this. Copy component and remove it. Yeah, remove it. New, remove component. Apply as override. Oh, because I put it here too. Let's come here. Took it off of that one. And let's take it off of this one. See, I spent months working on a thing and forgot how I did it. I'm gonna have to read my own my own documentation. All right. Okay, because the face controller is on the face, which makes things ultimately easier. Let's paste component values. Now when I press play, come on. Am I blinking? We got blinking. Look at that. Think I'm gonna have to stop the video there because I have other things to do today. But yeah, the next few videos is probably going to be like this, maybe. It does mean the videos are longer. I will edit them as short as I can to spare you. But yeah, I'm going to redirect focus to this game because this is the one I care about the most. This is going to be my biggest thing yet. And it's going to take a long time to do. So if I want to finish it in my plan of like 5 to 6 years, I need to really crack down on it. Or else it's going to take me 10 years. So, and by then somebody will have beat me to the punch. Yeah. See you later.